It's October the 3rd, 2010, a sunny Monday morning. John Smith is gently woken by his favourite music playing out from a plasma screen located beside his bed. As John shows signs of being awake, the screen automatically changes modes and begins showing the latest news, personalised to his interests, from Daily Teletext, the leading European information source. Noting that Leeds are celebrating their fourth consecutive double by signing 12-year-old Brooklyn Beckham for a world record €200 million, John gets more key news stories by simply saying, "Headlines." The speech recognition software automatically streams a video of the US President Will Smith greeting the new UK Prime Minister Anne Widdecombe. Strolling from his bedroom, the screen turns off as he leaves and a movement sensor springs the kitchen screen to life as he enters that room. Like 40% of the population, John lives on his own, in a flat which also doubles as his office. The majority of professionals now work for themselves, doing short-term contracts for the handful of big corporations that dominate the economy. His fridge was provided and is sponsored by Tesco. It continuously monitors its contents and automatically orders the required groceries from Tesco. They're delivered to a secure fridge at the local 24-hour corner shop so John can collect them whenever he wants. John sees that the fridge is telling him that there is a delivery waiting for him at the corner shop now. Would he like it delivered straight away? Saying, "Yes, please," triggers a message saying, "Your groceries will be with you in 10 minutes. Making a quick breakfast of Vitamin and Smart drug-enhanced cornflakes, a menu approved by his private health consultant, John picks up a digital newspaper. This single plastic sheet has a wireless connection to the net and shows the daily teletext contents. The pages are updated or changed with the click of a button. John also likes to take time to play with his Sony robot pet dog. Even though these are terribly old-fashioned now, John prefers this simple pet to the much more realistic ones that most people have now. He rolls the digital paper up and sticks it in his pocket. The suit he is wearing will automatically recharge the device by harnessing the energy generated by John walking. Leaving the house, he starts to walk to his local cafe. With transport deadlocked most of the time, walking is now the main method of getting around London reasonably quickly. And because John walks so regularly, it has been incorporated into his exercise regime, suggested by his Bupa gym. On the way to the cafe, John plugs in the earpiece of his wireless PDA and accesses his email and his voice messages. The subject and the sender of each is read to him by speech recognition software, and he merely says yes or no to select the messages he would like to hear or read. The most interesting is a message from Teletext, reminding him that his holiday to Libya, that he bought from Teletext, is just 2 weeks away. The reminder service asks if he would like an appointment made for the various immunisations that are needed. As he walks along the streets, surrounding plasma screen posters change as they pick up his profile from his PDA. John has contracted his marketing profile management to Delaney Lund Knox Warren, who gather fees from those marketers who want to reach John with their messages. John has specified what he's interested in, so he is only exposed to promotions that are relevant to him. He gets rewarded for his attention to advertisements in Life Miles, which are redeemable all over the world. Recognising that John has the best profile of the numerous people passing, a poster shows a teletext personalised message promoting trips to Vietnam, now the #1 destination for UK holidaymakers. John has been to an exclusive resort there every year for the last 4 years. Sitting in the PlayStation cafe with his cappuccino, John calls up Teletext on the plasma screen at his table, simply by saying, "Teletext." Recognising him through his PDA profile, Teletext shows his personal page, including his portfolio with all the share prices constantly updated in real time, his bank statement, and his to-do list and diary for the day. After considering the profits of his Daily Mail shares, he decides to sell. With a couple of clicks on his PDA, he instructs Teletext Trading to remove the shares from his portfolio. Moments later, John's portfolio adjusts, and he sees his bank account balance increase from the transferred profits. Realizing he needs to be on the other side of town for a meeting, he drinks his coffee and makes for the door. No chance to play Tomb Raider 14 today. Walking along the road towards the tube station, he checks his PDA for Teletext travel information. Using GPS, Teletext can pinpoint John's exact location, and when he says, "Chelsea Harbour," the speech recognition software allows Teletext to show the current journey times for train, river taxi and hoverbus, along with warnings about traffic delays along the way. Deciding that the river is the best bet, he walks to the boat station and requests a ticket. The tickets are purchased using the eye's iris for identification as he walks through the gate. The ticketing machine transmits an authorization code to John's PDA and charges the cost to a smart card within the PDA. All of this is done using wireless devices. At the end of the day, John decides he needs to relax and heads home for some TV viewing. As he enters the room, the plasma screen turns on and John checks what is on the 5,000+ channels available. Rather than go through the whole choice, Teletext shows only details of those programs that he has watched before for more than 5 minutes, plus the new ones that match his viewing history profile. Included in the list are episodes of his favourite shows that his faithful TiVo has recorded over the last week. Feeling peckish, John calls up the list of restaurants that deliver. Teletext shows the menus over the TV shows. Going for the usual, John says, "Curry," and the order for his usual is taken with the delivery time shown on the screen. Whilst waiting, John decides to go through some of his holiday details and calls up the destination guide on Teletext. "Turn on Teletext and call up the Libyan desert trip." He watches some clips of optional tours for the Libyan trip. And whilst watching, John links into his PDA to call his girlfriend in Brighton. They link into the same video presentations about Libya and enjoy watching it together. Happy with what they've seen, they decide to book the tour. A single click, and Teletext adds it to their travel itinerary. Later that evening, while looking for an old guidebook about Libya, John comes across some old magazines from November 2000. As he flicks through them, remembering life a decade ago, he comes across an old ad for Teletext. He looks at it closely and begins to read the copy. Teletext now available on mobile phone, the internet, and digital TV. John smiles as he thinks of how far Teletext has come since then and how it plays such an important part of his everyday life today in 2010.